tell you about the Foreign Secretary. He has described the abduction of nearly 300 girls in Nigeria as disgusting and told Sky News that Britain was offering the government practical help to find them. It comes as another 8 girls have been kidnapped overnight by suspected Boko Haram terrorists. Joined by the founder of gender equality group Made Equal, Deborah Owhin. Thank you for joining us on Sky News this afternoon. Is this about sexual exploitation of these girls, or is it about them being educated?
I think it links hand in hand because sexual violence is now being used as a weapon of warfare in Nigeria and around the world in conflict situations. And one of the major issues that concerns this is that sexual violence, is a massive issue, but the fact that schools are being burnt down and education is at risk. You've got children and young people who haven't been to school for 3-4 years because their schools have been burnt down, and so it works hand in hand.
But is that against girls and boys, or particularly girls?
I think girls are particularly vulnerable, being that we know that violence against women is something that systematically happens against women around the world, and it's a massive issue that the globe and the world needs to respond to.
In what way? What would be the best way to respond to this? How can these girls best be helped?
I think it's about education. It's about educating the young men. It's about educating communities about what violence is, about sexual violence, understanding what people's rights are, what is the norm, what is expected and what is acceptable ultimately. And I think there has to be a push in schools to teach them about, their young women about their rights, to teach men what is the right way and what is the wrong way not to approach and to, treat a woman. And then to get communities to be able to stand up when they do see something happening, to stand against it.
What might happen to these girls?
I mean, our worst fear is that they'll never come home. And for, the community, for the families, that's horrifying because you've never got to say goodbye. You never knew that anything was going to happen overnight, sending your child to go and sit examinations and the fate that they've landed themselves in, which is that they may never come home, they may never be reunited with their families.
Why is the government, it would appear, not doing more to help them?
Right now, so many things are going on in Nigeria. We've got the World Economic Forum, they've got the national conference going on, and the community is standing up and saying, we want answers, we want a break in the silence, because the president hasn't spoken out, the ministers haven't spoken out to say exactly what's going on. There's a lot of confusion around the situation. How many girls are missing? What day did it happen? Where are the girls? And the community want, responses to these questions.
It's an incredibly difficult place for the outside world to report from as well. It's a very dangerous place, isn't it, northeast Nigeria?
Yeah, the north of Nigeria has almost been isolated. The south is very rich, the south has a lot going for it, whereas the north hasn't got much. And so you do find young people going and getting a part of, dangerous activities as a way of survival, as a way to find community, as a way to find food, as a way to find support and safety for themselves. And so, yeah, the north has been completely ostracized, and a lot of work needs to be done. We've got partners on the ground who are trying to do work, who are supporting the victims, but it's a very, very dangerous place.
Okay, good to talk to you. Thanks for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you.